Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to a video after, I think it's been a long time, I think like 6 months to a year that I last posted one on my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video after a hiatus. The last time I was making videos, I made I made a couple on like leak code problems, and I was gonna do that this time around too, but like I feel like it's too boring. I don't know, unless you're like super technical, you don't really want to watch somebody sit there and like try to crack a leak code problem. So I had a new idea to like record a video where I kind of take like an idea or a new API or something, or just an API in general, and kind of try to build like a mini web app with it. And then if you notice the countdown timer up above, I kind of want to do like a speedrun challenge and see what I could do within 30 minutes. So it's already started, just because I don't really know how it works in OBS. I do know how to reset it though, so I'll reset it when I start. But for this one, what I'm going to do is there's a new Google Ischrones API that came out to calculate the area that a person can reach from a specific origin point within a set amount of time. So that's the one I'll be using for this video. It's what I'm going to build first, I guess, is I have an idea, but I'll show you guys kind of the flow of how I vibe code, I guess is the term nowadays, how I vibe code when I do my personal projects and whatnot. So I'll be using Claude Desktop for the planning as well as the design markdowns, and then I'll be using Cursor for the actual implementation of the web app. So yeah. With that said, let's restart the timer, and what I'm thinking for my 30 minutes is probably the first 10 is like planning and design dedicated, and then second 10 implementation, and then last 10 up until the 30 any kind of like wrinkles or debugging that might happen. I'll try to keep it minimal just so I can make sure I fit within 30 minutes, but yeah, that's the whole point. Let's see if I can speed run within 30 minutes a mini web app from scratch to full-blown web app. I'm not going to worry about any hosting or anything, just because that adds more complexity to the project. It'll all just be localhost. So unfortunately, if it's something cool, you guys won't be able to access it unless it's like really cool. Then maybe in my own time I'll like flesh it out and host it somewhere for people to use, but otherwise I'm not going to bother. So yeah, I can restart the timer here, and then we'll put this on 30 minutes. There we go. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the first thing I like to do is just go straight into Claude Desktop, and then we'll make sure we're in plan mode, and then we'll be using not Opus 5 for this one. My favorite, 4.8. I would use Fable 5, but its usage credits is what it requires, so I don't really want to burn through those for a mini project like this. I think Opus 4.8 is probably good enough. So the easiest thing to do, what I can think of, is grab the URL for the Ischrones API, and then let's say create a plan.md for a mini, let's say small scoped web app, that I want to build for my YouTube video. It's probably too much extra stuff to explain to Claude, to the model, but whatever. For my YouTube channel, it should be minimal. Let's not say minimal. I don't want to cut anything out. It should be lightweight and be non-dependency. Let's say required no dependencies, and then we'll just say if possible, just in case. Maybe a simple node server, and then this is, I will be creating a web app to show off on localhost, parentheses, so no hosting architecture. We'll say architecture needed. And then I can't spell. Whoa, was that not how you spell architecture? Is that not it? It's no hosting architecture. That's got to be it, right? Yeah. Architecture needed. And then we'll say this is the I included the API, or I included the API docs below. And then we'll just attach that link. And then, yeah, so before I kind of explain what my idea is for this Ischrones API, I did take a look at it a little bit before the video just because I had to sign up for the API key and whatnot, and I already kind of got an idea of what I wanted to do for this one. So I'll explain what it is first, and then we can talk about the idea that I have, and I've got 27 minutes, so we're good timing. So Ischrones API, as far as from what I understand from the small amount of time reading it, is it essentially calculates a true distance that you can reach from a specific origin point, or I guess place dot on the map is the simplest term, within a set amount of time through means of like driving or walking, bicycle, things like that. So, and traditionally, a lot of like companies and stuff I know like a good example is like for return to work, they use like what they call like as the crow flies. So if you have a dot in the circle and then you just draw like a radius around it, that like a 25-mile radius, that's kind of what they do. And then I know Facebook Marketplace also uses the same thing for its like filter for distance. I know we all have been there. You think something's close by and then you put it in the map and it's like an hour and a half drive. I know that's happened to me. So what this does is gives you like an actual true time to get there with like with traffic and stuff included. So I have an idea of what I want to do. I want to like have it so you can like track what's reachable. I live in a super walkable neighborhood, so I think a cool idea would be to like be able to drop a pinpoint and see what's available within like a 5, we could say like 5, 10, up to 30-minute walk intervals, so that you can punch in your location and then it'll show you what's available to you within a 5-minute walk time, 10-minute walk time, and 30 minutes. I guess that's good. That's a good radius. Maybe 5, 15, 30. I think that's probably better. We'll do like 5, 15, 30. And then you'll have a true idea of how long it takes to reach somewhere. And we can break it down by categories, maybe like coffee shops, gyms, grocery stores, parks, I guess things like that, things of that nature. So yeah. That's what we're going to do. We are at 25 minutes, so I won't waste too much time. And we can call it what's in my walk, maybe, I guess. I included the API docs below. The web app I want to build is a web app that uses Ischrones to show what's in a blank minute walk. The blank being either 5, 15, or 30 minutes. There we go. The blank being either 5, 10, or 15, or 5, 15, or 30 minutes. And then maybe we could do it could show a comparison. It could show a comparison of the Ischrone against something like the traditional radius lie. I think it's called as the crow flies. Question marks, I think. And then, yeah, that should be good. I already have the API key ready. And I already have the API. I'm just thinking of what all I could say within this time frame, 23 minutes. And then I already have the API key ready. Create these. This should be, just so, since I said lightweight, this should be placed within a .env file for security. And then, yeah, that should be it. Create a plan.md for a small scoped web app that I want to build for my YouTube channel. It should be lightweight and require no dependencies if possible, maybe a simple node server. I will be creating a web app to show off on localhost. No hosting architecture needed. I attach the API docs. I want to build a web app that uses Ischrones to show what's in a blank minute walk. oh wow, for the API that I will be using for the project. It is the new Google, don't know why I went back to capitalize that, Ischrones API. I didn't even explain what I was using it for. The web app I want to build is a web app that uses Ischrones to show what's in a blank minute walk, the blank being either 5, 10, or 30 minutes, or 5, 15, or 30 minutes. It could include a comparison of the Ischrone against something like the traditional radius lie. I think it's called As the Crow Flies. I already have the API key ready. That should be placed within a .env file for security. So yes, I did poke around a little bit within the docs just because I knew I had to set up the API keys and stuff, and I didn't want that to cut into the 30-minute window just because that takes a little bit, especially because I've never used the Google Maps platform APIs, so that took a little bit. So yeah, I already have that ready, and then we can say we'll go into the design. So we've got 21 minutes. As far as design, I think it would, let's go neo-brutalism. I think it would be, I've got a shtick for neo-brutalism. I think it would be cool to have a neo-brutalism theme. But let's brainstorm on that, as well as brainstorm on the app itself. All right, so there we go. Let's see what it can do. So I gave it kind of what I'm thinking, and we'll start brainstorming with Claude just to see what it might consider apart from what I've already thought of. I do like to use plan mode a lot. I actually spend a lot of time in plan mode. It doesn't look like that now. It's kind of rushed right now just because I have the 30-minute time window, and I want to make sure I can at least get to the code implementation to make sure that I have stuff ready to go, so I can just start debugging anything in case it breaks. But usually I spend a lot of time in plan mode, just kind of thinking through the app, using Claude to like help me brainstorm things that I might not have thought of, or things as far as like functionality, complexity, scope, things like that, things that are more feasible, stuff like that. So I do typically spend a lot of time in plan mode. I think it's one of the most important aspects of like vibe coding that people maybe don't utilize as much. People like to just jump straight into like cursor, things like that, and just start prompting away. But I like to use plan mode, keep it simple, brainstorm. Let's see, I dug into the Ischrones, key facts. Oh, so it's just digging through what's needed. How should the map be rendered? Let's do, I don't know if I want to use that. No extra API key, lightweight. Oh, okay, this should be good. Leaflet. I'd usually research that, but I don't really have enough time. How do you want to set, I'll just turn off the API key once I'm done with this. How do you want to set the origin point you're measuring the walk from? Let's do use my location, but for default before that, just set it to New York City. I guess, yeah. Or actually, just set it to Uptown Charlotte, NC. Let's say use my location button, but for default, let's do this. Click anywhere, right? Maybe also with the ability to click around on the map to change the origin. Yeah, let's do that, because I do like this, the click map. I just don't know if I like the presets, so yeah, let's do this. And then what does what's in an X-minute walk mean? Area, show the ice versus plus stats. Does it add another API key? Also fetch cafes. This is kind of what I wanted to do. More compelling. Let's see, let's just click that and worry about that later. For the neo-brutalism look, which direction feels right for the channel? Let's go yellow, blue, red, pink. Let's do this. I kind of like that. Let's keep that. All right. All right, so for the map rendering, we've got leaflet, OpenStreetMap. I'm not sure what those are. We can double check maybe and see what that is. Leaflet. Okay, yeah, interactive maps. And then what's the other one? OpenStreetMap. I won't dig into it too much, but okay. I mean, I think, yeah, it should be fine. Answers locked in, fetching, and then filtering gives you a killer visual. And then fetching inside the crow's fly circle, and then filtering. Yep, let me write the plan. So let's see what it does. And we've got 15 minutes, so we're kind of burning time here a little bit. Getting worried a little bit, but we should be good. My battery's about to die 15%. Let me plug in my charger while I burn tokens. All right, here we go. 136 page markdown. Let me just plug this in really quick. And then we can refine, because that's the most important part. Refine, refine, refine. Plug that in. Okay. So, now we can do a quick summary of what we landed on. Melon node. Ooh, what is that? It serves static files and proxies, blah, blah, blah. The hook versus... okay, nice. 2 APIs, 1 key, Ischrones. Oh, okay. I think I have. Yes, I think that's what I was seeing when I was setting up the API key. I think I can still use those. So, let's see. Defaults up, down, Charlotte. Use my location button. Click and drag to move. Yes, perfect. Loud neo-brutalism. You guys will see. You guys will like neo-brutalism. I love neo-brutalism. One known unknown. Don't pin down. Log that confirm before finalizing the render. With the exact geography. Okay, yeah, we'll worry about that, like I said, when we get there. We'll just cross problems when we get there. Usually I like to wrinkle these out in the plan, but for the sake of the video, we will cross that out when we get there. I have 14 minutes. Flagging before you build. Since you verify, I'll hand off the enable both before you build since you verify. Where does this... What's in a walk? Dependencies, files, readme, public. Okay, front end, design. Here we go. Okay. So I will revise that. So it says, let's add a feature. I shouldn't be adding features right now, but let's add a feature to filter add POIs. These should be, let's see, what did I say earlier? Cafes, or coffee, let's say coffee shops. I can't spell. Grocery stores, parks, maybe. What's another good one? coffee. Oh, restaurants, duh. And for now, let's just do that for now, because I'm burning too many brain cells on things that don't matter for right now too much. I got 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Come on. Let's... Okay, yes, that works. It's editing the plan. And then what we will do once that plan kicks off, we'll move it into cursor. So here's what I do typically is I'll do all the planning, design stuff in Claude, and then I'll move that plan markdown into cursor. And then once it's in cursor, I just have whatever model I'm feeling like using that day for the occasion, do the entire thing, just and then go from there. So that's what we'll do here. So yeah, coffee shop, grocery store, supermarket, park, restaurant. Okay, that should be good. I'm gonna stop that because it's gonna start trying to build, I believe. I don't have time to like verify, so then I'm gonna open this in Finder, and we got it right there, along with the other plans for other personal projects I've done in the past. And then we will rename this for readability because Claude likes to name it some crazy stuff. And we'll say plan.md. We can close this out. And then here we go. We have our plan inside of cursor ready to go. And for this project, we're gonna keep it on Composer 2.5 fast, because I'm feeling a big baller today. Because it's lightweight, so we're gonna keep it on Composer. I think Composer 2.5 is great. I think it runs fine for the stuff that I've needed to use it for. So I won't bother burning my usage credits on a lot of these like frontier models. I do want to see though. I did see on Twitter that they have Kimi. Oh wow, look at that! Yeah, Kimi K3. They do. So they have the new open weight model. I'll have to try that for another video. But yeah, we're gonna stick to Composer 2.5, and I keep forgetting I'm burning time. So I have 10 minutes. So let's just say implement plan.md, and then Composer 2.5 fast is fine. And let's shoot it. I don't think I forgot anything. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go for it. Sweet. And then we'll let it cook. So cursor's great. I love using cursor. I did cursor for a while. Then I was using just regular like Claude inside of, I was using Claude Code inside of VS Code for a while. And then I don't know, I came back to cursor. I came back to cursor when they got Composer 2.5 up, when they released it, because I was hearing good things about it. So I resubbed to cursor, and I've been here ever since. I love using cursor. I think it's a great IDE, but it is a fork of VS Code, obviously, if you couldn't tell just from looking at the UI. So but let's see here. All right, so it's starting to put some stuff in here. README. Let's hope it's not too complicated, because it should be lightweight. So if I just keep this, and then neobritalist locals compare to a naive curve-fly circle. Yep, so that's good. And then uses node. Yes, for inloading. If you export to key manually, Google Cloud. Yes, and then so all I have to do is copy my key to the .env file and start the cursor. Okay, yeah, start the server. Okay, yeah, so that should be fine. And then API key stays on the server. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. The API stays on the back end. Don't want to expose your API keys, guys. Never. If you're new to vibe coding and you're not super, like, if you come from a background that's not super technical, that's like a huge no-no. You don't want to expose your API key. And speaking of that, I will cut the video whenever I create the .env file, so that you guys can't steal my API key. Although I'll probably burn it after this video is done recording. I have 8 minutes. I gotta chill. I'm just yapping. API key stays on the server. This is the part that's kind of worrying me. First successful Ischrones request, server logs the sample response. It says to the terminal, so that should be fine. I wonder if I could have looped in the Google Maps key within the other key, because it's a platform key the Google Maps platform key, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do that, but whatever. We'll just go with leaflet. Default origin, uptown. You can drag the marker, click the map, or use my location. There we go. Yeah, I think we're good. We created 7 files. I'm just going to do keep all because, you know, vibe coding, baby. No, I'm just fine. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to do keep all. Usually I like to go through and make sure it's not like doing anything crazy. But for now, we're just going to keep it to keep all. We're going to keep it simple. So, okay, yeah, so the API key, we will create a .env file. Okay, so the key is in the .env file. Not going to open that anymore, if I can remember. All right, yeah, so here we go. We've got 6.5 minutes left, so it's been about 24 minutes, right? Oh, my math is cooked. Okay, so we will open the README and yeah, oh yeah, it's just npm start. Okay, so we ran into an issue. That port is already in use, so we'll just say quickly, I think there's some, it might be the, I'm trying to think, I built a couple things in the past like week or two, and I might have something, I just realized I might have something running on port 3000. Nice. So because of that, I'm going to add a port option in the .env example file and implement this so I can change the port to whatever, to whatever I please. How much time do I have? I'm like freaking out. Okay, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I should be right at the end though. So I should be good, I should be good. Okay. Oh, that was quick. Did it change it? Oh, it did. Okay. I was like, did it change it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So keep all. And then if we go in the .env, I'm going to cut this. Well, for now, I'm going to grab this out of the example. Okay. So I dropped the new port in the .env file. I cut it, obviously, so that you guys can't see it. We are at 3 minutes and 55 seconds, so I kind of hurry up, just because I want to make sure it's working. Okay, here we go. Copy, and then we'll go back to my browser, and then we will go to a new tab, paste this, please tell me it worked. Look at that. Whoa. This is kind of an ugly map, but well, whatever. Let's see if this works. Okay. So I don't like that it's scrolling, first of all. I'm just being picky, though. Okay, so we'll say a 15-minute walk. We'll do uptown. Let's do south end. This is my neighborhood, so we'll do south end. We'll put it just like, I guess, right here is a good spot. And just to show you guys how walkable this neighborhood is. We've got 3 minutes for the demo. So we set it to 15 minutes. And then let's do coffee. Oh, it's already defaulted. Okay, that's a weird UI. Okay, so generate walk zone. Look at that. That's so cool. Okay, so to explain it, the red circle is the as the crow flies. From this point right here on South Tryon Street, this red circle is the, if you were to just take this map and just draw a straight line in any direction, like for the radius, like draw the radius around that point. That's like as the crow flies mileage or radius. So it's not a true radius whenever you take into account like traffic and stuff. So with this one, the blue blob is everything you can reach within 15 minutes. And you can see here, whenever you, oh man, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of bugs. So, or not bugs, but just things I'd like to change. So you can see here, whenever you click these, vinyl, let's set it to coffee. So if we just set coffee for the example, you can see all the coffee shops that I can reach within 15 minutes of walking in South End. And if I set it to 5 minutes, you can see here, these are the coffee shops I can reach within a 5-minute walk time. You got the Salty Donut. That place is awful. Port Coffee. I've actually never been there. Folia, really good chai. Oh, this thing keeps defaulting. Wooden Robot, amazing coffee, underrated. Wooden Robot Coffee Bar. Fresh Monkey, I have not been there. Nice. Yeah, and then if we do 15 minutes, look at that. That's so nice. Babalu, there's Babalu. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got a minute. Maybe we can fix some stuff. Oh, here we go. It added the spots right here on the bottom. I don't like that. So maybe... Oh, dang. Well, okay. Anyways, within the 30 minutes time frame, there's a working app. I'm not going to stress over the details. This is the working app. So if we go and just drop anything, I would use my location, but I don't want to dox myself. We have the, let's see, 30-minute walk zone. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, there's already, oh, there we go. I guess it's just slaggy. Yeah, there we go. 30-minute walk zone. You got it all. 15 minutes. Make it a little bit easier to read. But yeah, there we go. 16 seconds. What's in a walk? The latest web app. And that's how quick you can throw things up now with AI. So it just takes an idea, do a little bit of research, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see here. Oh, yeah, that's the other cool thing this did. So it grayed out the ones that as the crow flies would show you that is technically reachable, but it's not a true 15-minute walk time. So yeah, you can see, and then everything highlighted in orange is what's actually reachable within that, the true like traffic considered walk time. Although I guess with walking you don't really consider traffic. But let's look at grocery stores. I'm interested to see common market. Yeah, I mean it's a far walk to. Yeah, there we go. That's more realistic. Whole Foods. That's about right. Yeah, Whole Foods, Common Market, Savi Provisions, Publix, Harris Teeter. Yeah, that's it. Oh, look at that. We did it, guys. Nice. And now that the 30 minutes are over, and because it's hurting my brain, let me show you guys what I'm thinking in my head. Let's just hide this panel. Let's start a new chat, and then let's say. Since I have a key for the Google Maps platform, wouldn't we just be able to use the Google Maps instead of Leaflet? Let's just see what this, because I have a feeling I could just use my same Google Maps platform key. Yes. Oh, wow, yeah. Let's do that. Switch over to using, for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna not read most of this. I just saw that it said yes. The Google Map then instead of the leaflet, and what's the other one? OSM combo. And then I shouldn't be looping two features into one though. Let's just do this first. The other thing I like try to avoid with vibe coding is like giving it too many different like feature requests and like just in general like requests inside of one prompt, just because I've found that it like sometimes can like trip it up. And it starts trying to do like multitask certain things, and I find that sometimes it can mess that up. So let's see, implementing Google Maps, adding for the JS API key. Okay, same cloud key. Adding a server, yep. And then it's editing the README and the plan. It doesn't need to be updating the plan anymore. What you need. So these should all be enabled. Yes, so let's do keep all, because it should be enabled and then unrestricted. So if we open the terminal, I don't think it has hot swapping, so let's just kill that one and then go npm start, and then we'll go back and we'll refresh this. Oh, see, that looks so much better. But I do have one more idea that I think would like really polish this. Let's make the web app a single scrollable page and make the map take over the screen as the main focus point. Overlay everything else on top. Let's see what this does. So this should, and we'll just go ahead and kill the terminal while we're at it. And then include, yes, I have an idea. I like want this, I don't like that it's scrollable because you have to scroll down, and I don't like that you have to like scroll on the map. I want to just like be able to do it. I want the map to take up the entire screen, and I feel like all of these boxes could be overlaid over the map, if that makes sense. So the layout is now full. Okay, yeah, let's just keep all and cut the yapping. Cut the yapping and keep all. That's how we move around here. So let's refresh this and see what it did. There we go. The circle lies, the sidewalk doesn't. I like that. So now if we do a 15-minute walk and do generate walk zone, there you go. Midnight Diner, all of this. Let's go to an area I'm familiar with. I don't do a lot of walking in Uptown. I don't live in Uptown. I live in South End, but let's do where I used to live as a comparison. So let's do like right here. And then let's do a 15-minute walk because I have a feeling, yeah, I was about to say. So the only actual places you can walk to, this makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, and I remember this is why I wanted to get out of Optimus Park. So yeah, Night Swim, that place is great, to be fair. Optimus Hall, Undercurrent, that place is also really good. And then Rosie's. I only had that a couple times, but yeah, check that out. And it shows you what the crow flies would show you that's not actually reachable within a 15-minute walk. See, this is a great example. So where I used to live, if you looked at it directly from a map, if you're looking at it here, you can see that right across these railroad tracks, there was a Starbucks. But you would have to walk you see where this bubble is like filling in, the blue bubble? You would have to walk all the way down here to East 16th Street and then walk all the way up this road, which is a really busy road that you would not want to be walking down to get to that Starbucks. So if you look at it from the map and like as a crow flies distance, it's like right there. But if you look at the true, like I guess in this case the Ischrones, it's not a 15-minute walk just because you have to go around this entire rail yard, and then this is like the Amtrak station. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is cool. I like this. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess I'll leave it here just because I've already gone over the 30 minutes. But yeah, this is what's in a walk. So let me know what you guys think of this. This is the first one I've done. Let me know if this is cool and interesting to watch. I think it's a lot more interesting than watching me just solve LeetCode problems. And yeah, I guess if you have any ideas on what APIs or ideas of what I can vibe code within 30 minutes, just leave a comment. And yeah, other than that, I think we're good. Thanks, guys.